What's going on, guys? Togavor here, and today we're back for another NPL video, Week 5 against my good friend Aster J. If for some reason you're not subscribed to him, you definitely should be. He's a member of the GBA. He's been a friend of mine for about a year or so now. Puts out some really fantastic content. Actually, been president for longer than a year. I don't know what I'm saying, but puts out some really great draft league content. So please go make sure you subscribe. Link will be in the description below. In addition to that, this week anyway, I will not be doing a full team builder. However, if you do wish to see the team and all the spreads and stuff, I will be leaving a paste bin in the link in the description below. But yeah, but I'll still give you a general overview of my team before we hop into the battle. Of course, I do remember my sets. So we're gonna jump right into it. Aster's team's over there. My team's right here. So we got a Scizor this week. It's a speedy Scizor with U-Turn, Swords Dance, Roost, and Bullet Punch. The reason it's speedy is because of things like the Mesprit and perhaps also the Meloetta, which I thought, knowing the Aster likes to speed creep super aggressively, so I should preface especially the Scizor set with that. So in my head, I thought it's likely that he would not bring a Meloetta or a Uxie, or even a Silvally that would be capable of outspeeding a max speed Scizor. So I'm max speed Jolly to try to catch those things off guard with a U-turn. That's the reason for that set. Next we have a Waterium Z Manaphy with Rain Dance, Surf, Tail Glow, and Ice Beam or Psychic. I can't remember which one I threw on there. But both of them hit the Komo and the Amoonguss, which are the reason for them. So it is essentially irrelevant. And that thing, especially if I get Aurora Veil up with my Ninetales, has the capability to just sweep through his entire team once it gets to +3. It doesn't even need to get to +6, especially with the rain up. Next we have a physically defensive Miltank. It's my only check to his Mega Aerodactyl with Stealth Rocks, Seismic Toss, Recover, and Toxic, or Milk Drink and Toxic. The only thing I have to watch out for that is I don't let Como switch in for free, because if it's a Dragon Dance set, it could set up twice all over me, and that would be bad. Next, I have this kind of interesting, bulky Shaman set. Enough speed that I should be able to outspeed most Meloetta sets. But then in addition to that, I wanted to be able to hurt the Meloetta in return, and Seed Flare wouldn't do that much, especially to an AV Meloetta set that I thought was likely for him to bring. So I am running a bulky, somewhat speedy Swords Dance Shaman. It's unfortunately walled pretty well by the Durant, which I did not totally expect to come, though it does do a number to my team. But everything else it can get good damage against, depending on what that Silvally is. Next we have a mixed defensive Rotom, mainly there to check the Tapu Koko, also with Defog, so I can hopefully keep hazards off my field. And then I have a Scarf Ninetales, which absolutely tears through his team, as you see. His only resists are a potential Silvally and the Durant, neither of which are going to enjoy taking a Blizzard, especially because that Durant could likely be physically defensive to check. Either a physically defensive Grass is one of the things I was thinking about, or physically defensive Steel or Fire to check my Scizor. Those are the two things I think his Silvally will be going into this game. Scarf Ninetales with Aurora Veil. So we're gonna hop right into it. He leads off with this Tapu Koko. I lead off my Rotom. I kind of predicted this matchup. Now right here, he goes for the Volt Switch on it, and I just fire off a Volt Switch of my own, knowing that was probably going to be his play. The Volt Switch or U-turn right off the bat. So right away, I'm going to test my theory about his speed creeping, and we'll see if it pays off. So I go into it, but it turns out maybe he predicted it, or just knew he was bulky, and if I had even a little bit of speed, I would outspeed. So we do see the physically defensive Arceus Fire here, and I go back out into my Rotom, and if I remember correctly here, I fire off a Toxic. I do, and I land it versus the Como, which is really important, because if this is a physically defensive kind of setup Como, it could be really dangerous for my team. So right here, I don't want to have to switch anything in, so I should go for the Volt Switch. Now, that was probably a misplay. I probably, right there, should have just gone hard into my Shaman. And the reason I say this is my Shaman is physically defensive, but bulky overall, has some speed, so depending on the set, I could even outspeed him. I could take any hit well, and I had Zen Headbutt to hit it back. Would have been able to threaten it out. Should not have let my Rotom Heat take damage early on, as it is my main check to my Tapu Koko. So as you can see, hence my name, I am indeed washed. And you can continue that you can expect that to be a theme. Now right here, I just go for the safe Blizzard, and he just goes into that. You can see my play here. I thought that was an incredibly safe play, because Arceus, Arceus 50%. I'm stupid to calling it by its fucking nickname. So Volley's only way of recovery is a potential rest. So any damage on that's good. Weakening it for Scissor, weakening it for anything in the late game. 20% plus a round of Hail. That's a good chunk. I'm totally fine with that. But then I go into my Rotom, and that's another play that I don't think I should have made. I think I should have gone into my Manaphy there. It just would have been better for my team. It would have let me put pressure on the things I need to put pressure on, aka his Tapu Koko, as that is one of the biggest things in my way of sweeping with my Manaphy. He gets up his rocks. That's really not great for me. Kind of saw that coming. I believe here I just get mine up as well, which I do. Now at least we're equal on the rock spot. Now here I think I make the play. Oh no, I make another play I shouldn't have. I don't know why I wasn't going into my Shaman the whole time. It cost me a lot. As I take the Drain Punch here, this is really, really bad. This was my win con this game, as it outsped everything on his team, barring a Scarf Tapu Koko. So that was an absolutely devastatingly bad play. Now right here, I should have just gone into that. Again, really underused my Shaman this game, and it hurt me terribly. Now here I go for Blizzard, which is fine. You know, just getting chip on everything. Nothing on his team has reliable recovery, which is something I noticed from team preview. He misses a Thunder there that I don't think really mattered. It was going to do about 0 to my, it might have done 20 to my Shaman, but really, as you can see by that U-turn only doing 20, I am pretty fat. So I get a Seed Bottle off, do damage after rocks, and that is really good because it means my Manaphy will easily be able to take it out. It can no longer be switched into my Ninetales. I switch my Miltank here and I get frozen, which sucks, but there's nothing I can do because I have no other switch-ins into this except for Scizor potentially, but he could have Fire Fang. So I just have to sit in and pray. Thankfully, I get thawed, so it's not a big deal there at all. No hacks there for sure. All good. Now here, I finally, if I do remember, I finally make the play I should have been making the whole time, which was go into my Shaman. I take literally 2 from that fucking Drain Punch. Should have been going into this the entire thing. I still had my Ninetales in case it was set up. If it went for a DD, I could have gone to Ninetales on the DD. If it didn't take damage, I could have taken a +1 Drain Punch after rocks, given his spread. It ends up being he's a defensive thing anyway. Defensive Como. So really making the bad play by not switching in my Shaman earlier. Really detrimental to the late game. Now here he gets up his Hone Claws. Lands a Stone Edge. Now that's huge. If he missed that Stone Edge, I would have been in a fantastic position, but he hits it. I mean, no hacks that he hits a fucking Stone Edge, obviously. He should hit a Stone Edge. Now here I make, I go for the safe play. I just go for the HP Fire, wanting to take it out. But because I switched in my I made a fucking awful play, switching in my Ninetales into the Durant's, or into the Como's Drain Punch and rocks when I didn't need to, and I could have just gone to Shaman. My Ninetales is essentially dead because my Rotom's gone, so I have nothing to defog, but I can't leave it in there. I might as well switch into my Shaman, heal up, and just take the Drain Punch damage. It's definitely the better play in the long run. I don't know why I didn't sit in there. I should have just... Oh, because of the Ice Punch. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, but this is where the freeze really matters. He gets another freeze here. Spoilers, I don't unthaw from this one, at least until it doesn't matter, and it really affects how I play here, because after seeing his moves, I'm convinced he does not have Flamethrower, or at least I need to play as if he doesn't have Flamethrower. So I go in here, because this is my real last win con. The Silvally Fire is down to 60%. It'll die to, it'll either, maybe it needs one more Rocks. If Hail's up, I think, and it switches in after Rocks, it dies to +2 Bullet Punch. So, this was my win con, and it was my last chance to win the game. So yeah, it goes to 37, it'd be at 31, pretty sure that's in range of how much I did before. I did U-turn, did about 12, it might have been close, but either way, you see what I'm saying, it would have been weakened, been close to in range. Now right here, I have to go for the Z-Rain Dance, I have no other play, but he makes the correct play, goes for a Parting Shot, and goes into this. Now, I was beating myself up originally for not clicking the Aurora Veil with my Ninetales, as that might have given me a chance, but I kind of suspected, based on how he was playing the composition of his team, that this would be a Scarf Koko, and that's how it is, so I wouldn't have even been saved by that. I mean, there's a chance I could have, but anyway, I have to Heal Bell here to get my Scizor unthawed. And, you know, maybe have the slightest chance. So I am max HP, so then I make a misplay here by switching my Scizor into Stealth Rocks. I should have just gone straight to my Mana Feast, stall out the electric terrain. This is my last potential way to win the game. Savali Fire is well within range, so I would have 12% more there. He was doing 42, so, you know, to not get a crit or a para eventually would have been in his favor. But if he switched out, I would have had the chance to get an SD up on anything. I guess, I mean, not really. I'm trying to think here. I mean, I don't actually know if he had Fire Fang on Aerodactyl. I'm assuming he did, but if he didn't have Fire Fang on Aerodactyl, I had a chance to win. But no matter what, as long as he didn't get a crit or a para, full para, I would have definitely been able to lower the differential by a little bit, and that crit completely stops that from happening. So, got fucked over. I don't think I would have won the game with how I played at all. But the freeze did really screw me over as well, because it made me sack that. So yeah, I got fucked over by hacks. I also played poorly. Like, I definitely am not saying I think I would have won that game if there was no hacks, and obviously there'd be no way to know. Anyway, in fact, I do think it would have been in Aster's favor for sure based on how I played. I made several bad misplays. Though I think without the hacks, I still would have been in the game with a slight chance to win, especially if Aster perhaps made a misplay. And the differential certainly would have been closer. None of that's Aster's fault. He brought a really good team. He played very well. So I do give him for credit for that. I don't mean to take away from his performance at all. But now we're sitting in a fat hole, 1-4, -15, I do believe. So it's going to take a lot for us to even have a chance of making the playoffs. So mainly, like I said in last week's video, we're on a mission. Don't relegate. So that's it. Next week we'll be taking off against Matty Brawlick. Oh, sorry, this is a day late. And that's not great for my first real upload, I know. But just super hectic week. Had friends in town this week. Might be, but hopefully be on time next week, and we'll catch you then. I'm Togavor, you're yourself. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.